first thing we're going to do is we're going to extract some information out of column A based on the row number within the array. And we're going to do it first by hard coding the values into the function, and then we'll do it dynamically. Okay, so we'll start off up here in cell G2. And to start off an index function, you just need to type equals index and open the brackets. And you can see that what it wants to know is where the array is that we're extracting the information from. And then it wants the row number. And that's all we're going to do in this particular function. So we can ignore the rest of it for now. So the array is here because we're going to extract an employee number. And then we press comma. And then what we want to do is just tell Excel which row number we're after. So which position within the array. So let's just say we put in position 1. So we'll just put a 1 in there and then close brackets and press enter. And that gives us the result of 1002 because that is the first position in that array when you start at the top and you go to the bottom. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So what we'll do now is we'll do the same thing, except we'll make it so that that 1 is not hard-coded into the function so that we can easily change it. So let's just do the same thing again. Only this time, the row number won't be hard-coded in. It will actually be contained in cell H3. So we'll just reference cell H3 by clicking on it with the mouse, close the brackets, and press enter. Now we get a little error message at the moment because I don't actually have a value in here. So let's type in 1. Okay, so now we're extracting position number 1 again from that array. Only this time we've got the position number in cell H3, so we can easily change it. So if I change that to a 2, that's now giving us the result of 1004 because that's the second number in that array. If I change it to something else, like say a 4, that will give us the result of 1008 because that's the fourth number in that array. Okay, so that's how you can make your index function more dynamic than just hard coding it in there like that. All right, so that's how we did it for a column by putting in the row number. Now we'll do the same thing for a row by putting in the column number. Okay, so I'll just type in equals index and open the brackets. And what we're going to do is we're going to look up this array over here, which has got the names of the months, and press comma. And once again, we'll just go for position 1 and we'll close that off and we get January. Okay, so what happens if we change that to a 2? Then we get February. Okay, so as you can see, we're extracting the month name by position there. So we looked at position 1 and position 2, and we did this with a hard-coded function. So let's do the same thing again where we make it dynamic by referencing that cell there at H8. Again, we get that error because I don't have anything in there yet. So we'll put in 1 and we get January, and I'll put in 2 and we get February. And if I put in 3, we'll get March. Okay, so that's how you can use index horizontally or for a row, and also how you can make it dynamic. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is see how you can do it both horizontally and vertically by putting in the row number and the column number. All right, so I'll type in equals index and open the brackets. Now the array is going to be all of this, comma. So let's just put in 1 for the row number, comma, and then 1 for the column number, and close it off. And what we get is 1002, which is the value at position 1 for the row and position 1 for the column up there in cell A2. So what happens if we change it to, say, 2 and then 3? All right, so now we get 6,000, which is the second row down and the third column across. Okay, so that's how you can tell the function where to look for the value inside of this array by changing the row number and the column number. And just to finish off, we'll just do the same thing, but we'll make it dynamic. Okay, so we've just used these two cells here as a reference. So I'll put in 2 and 3 and we get 6,000 just like we did up here. So that's working perfectly well. And just to finish off, we'll just do another one. Okay, so now we're doing 4 and 5. So that's the 71,000 that we see on the 4th row down and the 5th column across right there at cell E5. Okay, so that's how you can use the index function on its own in Excel to extract some values out of an array. And if you want to learn how to use this in conjunction with the match function to do an index match, which is a great substitute for VLOOKUP, then check out the link in the description below.